Hey there, if you're new to Al-Anon or just curious about what it's about, welcome. I'm Finn, my pronouns are he, him, and I'm really glad you're here. Today we're going to be talking about the elephant in the room. Why is Al-Anon so focused on God? And what do you do if you're not religious or you don't believe in God at all? Let's unpack this together because it's totally valid concern, and you're definitely not the first person to feel this way. Hey friends, welcome back to Al-Anon Recovery Hacks, where we break down recovery into practical everyday tools. If you're ready for more serenity and less chaos, you're in the right place. Before we dive in, just a quick note, I'm not a spokesperson for Al-Anon or any other 12-step group. Everything I share here is based on my own personal experience, strength, and hope. Take what you like and leave the rest. All right, so picture this. You show up at your first Al-Anon meeting, maybe online or in person, and you're really nervous, and you hear the words higher power or God, and you're thinking, whoa, is this a religious thing? Did I just join a cult? I mean, I get it. Seriously, including myself, many of us walk into these doors overwhelmed and burned out, and maybe we're carrying some deep distrust and skepticism, and we've had bad experiences with religion or spirituality. Here's the truth: like, Al-Anon is not a religious program, it's a spiritual program, and that's a huge distinction. So, we're going to break that down. And Al-Anon is based on the 12 steps, same as Alcoholics Anonymous. Those steps were originally written with the word God in them, and that's part of their history. But here's the thing: when we say God, it doesn't have to mean God from any specific religion. It can if that works for you, but it doesn't have to. The key phrase that you often hear is God as we understood him. And that line is an invitation to define what your higher power is or is not. And some people think of it as the group, some people think of it as love. You can think of it as the laws of nature or the universe, or even just that inner wisdom that comes from being present and connected. You do not need to believe in a white bearded sky god. You don't need to believe in anything at all to start. The 12 steps, the foundation of Al Anon, it was originally written by Bill Wilson, co founder of Alcoholics Anonymous back in the 1930s. He used the word God because that was the language he grew up with. Bill was influenced by Christianity and also the movement called the Oxford Group, which was emphasizing personal transformation through like a spiritual surrender. And even as early as the 1930s, Bill knew not everyone would connect with the traditional idea of God. And that's why he used that phrase, God as we understood him. It was his attempt to leave a space for personal interpretation. And, they didn't always get that right, but that was really the intent. I also want to talk about pronouns, the ones using the steps, because they matter. They matter to me, they matter to a lot of people. And if you've noticed, God in the steps is referred to as he. And that can be very uncomfortable if you've felt maybe excluded from male dominated religious systems. And maybe you don't see God as a person at all. Maybe you just don't like the idea of assigning gender to something that's supposed to be beyond human limits. And the bottom line is you don't have to. Many people in recovery reword that pronoun in their heads or even out loud to say she, they, it, or just higher power, whatever works for you. There's no rule that says you have to believe in a male god or any kind of god to benefit from this program. The truth is, the people who wrote the literature were speaking from their own experience, their time, their place, their culture. And in my opinion, Al Anon needs to update the wording to the steps to reflect this modern sensibility. But until they do, you and I need to change the things we can, which is our own thoughts and actions. And what matters is that we find something that can bring a sense of support, connection, peace. So, what if you're agnostic or atheist? Let's be honest, the God stuff can be triggering, especially if you've had bad experiences with religion or you just don't believe. And that's okay. A lot of people in Al Anon started out or continue to be agnostic or atheist or totally unsure. You're not the only one, and you are allowed to struggle with the God stuff. You're allowed to reword things in your head if that helps. What matters is that you're willing to believe that maybe you don't have to figure this out alone. I mean, alcoholism is cunning, it's baffling. What we're asked to do is to let other people in, let the idea of a higher power in, that we can't fix everything ourselves. We tried it wasn't working. So let's talk about practical steps. What can we do if God is a sticking point? Try redefining higher power. Call it anything you want: nature, group, energy, truth, your dog, whatever gives you that sense of peace and perspective. It just can't be you. When reading the steps, hearing prayers, swap out the God for something that feels more neutral or comfortable. For example, you could say, I will turn my will and my life over to the care of good, orderly direction. That's an acronym for God. You don't have to focus on anything supernatural. I mean, focus on just showing up and listening and sharing, being honest, connecting with others. That's where the healing starts. Take what you like and leave the rest. If something doesn't work for you, especially in the language, you don't have to force it. It might make sense later or not. That's totally fine. Let me share a few things that have helped me latch on to the concept of faith when I was new. The idea of electricity and the fact that I don't know how it works. I just know that when I flip the switch, I can benefit from that energy. The same can be said of my higher power. I really don't know how it works. I can't explain it. But if I'm flipping the switch and I'm making conscious contact, I get the benefits. So, what is this conscious contact? Why do we need it? Personally, I questioned why it would be necessary, because any God that I would put my faith in would already know what I needed and would provide it unconditionally. Why should I have to ask for it? And now I think of that conscious contact as like flipping the switch for the light to come on. The energy is like it's already there, but if I'm blocking its path, I won't receive it. So if I'm thinking, I got this, I don't need a higher power, like what chance do I have of receiving the love and guidance that I actually have coming to me and already need and want? So this is why I guess I would urge newcomers to just act as if, and to try calling on a higher power. If you know, do it, you have got nothing to lose and you have everything to gain. So what can you believe in Al-Anon? The deeper truth that all the God stuff is getting at is that when we surrender to something bigger than us, we can release the fear and control, and we can start to learn new behaviors. So you can believe in the power of a group to heal together. You can believe in the idea that love is stronger than addiction. And you can believe that you deserve peace and can lead a happy life, even if someone else is still drinking. So with that, you've already got enough to get started in the program. And finally, I just want to say, whether you decide you're going to give it a try or you're going to remain skeptical, or maybe it's a hard no thanks to God, you're still welcome. There's still room for you. You come in just as you are. You don't have to believe anything. There are no musts in Al-Anon. Just keep showing up and stay open to the possibility that things can get better, because they can. And if you're not sure how it's going to happen, that's fine. I would love to hear other people's suggestions for getting over this sticking point of God. So drop a comment on this video if you care to join in the conversation. But just remember, you deserve peace. You're not alone. You're doing a great job just by showing up. So take care, and I will see you next time. Thanks for being here. If today's hack helped, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might need it. Don't forget to subscribe for more tools for the journey. And remember, we can't change them, but we can change how we show up. See you next time.